let's talk about the party and getting in the party and why it's so important. We talked about a few of those things, but it is very important. So as far as, you know, with the weaponization of the justice system too, I wanted to make a point that as women, we have, with children and grandchildren, please encourage them. If you're a strong Republican family, please encourage them to go to law school. We need Republican attorneys because Republican attorneys become Republican judges. And part of what we're seeing right now in our country is that the justice system is run by the far left. It really is. If you can't see it, just look again. It's pretty obvious that it's very leftist in the justice system. The only way to fix that is to get more of our children and grandchildren to be attorneys. So it's one way to really do that. But anyway, in the party, I think that if you can get in the party and start running for office, and Jennifer mentioned that your Republican Women elections will be November 8th. We have state elections in December, and then you have your county elections in January. And whether you want to do something like that or find a candidate that you really can get behind and you believe in and work on their behalf, that is so important, just like it is for November. So I think that even your presence at every meeting, Dorothy Crockett, I don't know if some of you know her, she's passed away now, but she was a mentor of mine, and she always told me, don't miss a meeting. Your presence is everything. Your presence is everything. Even if you go to a meeting and you don't say a word, and it's your presence, it's you being there, you know, you get to see what's going on, you get to help, you get to share your ideas, and all of those things are paramount in today's day and age. So we're lucky to live in a Republican supermajority state. A lot of this country does not have that luxury. It is a luxury. But there's still issues we need to work on, right? How do we live in a Republican supermajority state and we haven't passed school choice yet? So there's many issues that we still have to work on, and we should all be contacting our legislators to let them know how we feel, how our Republican women's groups feel, how our county committees feel, and really have a voice. If you're not keeping up with what's going on in the legislature, that will start happening in January, and you can keep up with a lot of the bills that are going through. There's a site called ArcLeg. It's the legislative site, and you just go on there and you can see what's going on every day. And please try to check in on that and voice your opinions, and you can even voice your opinions as a group. I'm sure Jennifer would be happy to communicate to your legislators what that is. All of those things are very, very important. So are there any questions? I was going to go over a little bit of rules too, just to let everybody know our rules are on arkansasgop.org. And part of being a good county committee member or a good Republican, you all have your own rules, women member, is knowing the rules. Go on there and read them. It's very easy. Our rules in Arkansas, I did a little study of the rules around the country. And our rules, our party rules in Arkansas, are some of the best rules in the entire country. There are other state parties that do not have that same level of rules. Some of them are very short, some of them are very long, some of them are tyrannical. You can look at them in California. They appoint most of their members of their state committee are just appointed. They have no voice unless they get the appointment. So Arkansas is very lucky. Our rules are the life work of some of the best minds in our state. So we really are lucky to have that. And please do go on there and read them. They're very easy to understand. They're not, for the most part, there may be a little here or there that you may have to call and ask, but you can always call and ask your county chairman. You can ask your Republican Women's chairman, and she will get the information for you. Or you can call the state party and ask them. I'm always available. So, but they're basically broken down into sections. And the first section applies to all the other sections, and then you get into the different committees. So what you want to do, you don't want to start out reading them A to Z. You just kind of want to skim through section 1. that applies to all the other sections, and then find the section that's applicable to whatever it is you're doing, whether it's your county committee or your district committee, and read through those. So, and then do always ask. It's better to ask a question because a lot of the rules have history, and a lot of that you would have to know the history of why the rule was there, and all of that to really get a full understanding. But just so you know, to please do that. Please go on our pledge. And are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions?
Sure.